Hello, everyone. It is me, Arison, with Revive Her Wellness. Welcome. I am so glad that you joined me on today. We are going to be talking about confidence and how it affects our emotional health. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are going to continue the conversation of confidence. Last week, we talked a little bit about confidence and understanding that confidence depends on you. Confidence is individual. So today, we're going to delve in just a little bit more on confidence. I do have notes because I do not want to get off track. I am a talker and I will be talking all day. And so I wanted to kind of make sure that I hit some important points. So I do have my iPad here. iPad 12 Pro is amazing. If you guys don't have one, look at getting one. I love it. So we are going to talk about self-confidence and how it affects our emotional health. What is emotional health? Emotional health is all that stuff that's on the inside. Emotional health is when you get upset with your kids and you're feeling some type of way on the inside, especially after you know how you raised them and they get out somewhere and they embarrass you and you feel all of those emotions. Emotions are when you're in a relationship and your partner does something to you and it causes you to go into a complete frenzy. Emotional wellness health is when somebody cuts you off and gives you the finger and you're thinking about it for the rest of the day because you're mad and you didn't get to respond. So that's all emotional health. And our confidence it does affect our emotional health. And the reason why it affects our emotional health is because it causes us to think. It causes us to desire. It causes us to want to shrink back. It does all kinds of things. And so we're going to talk about it because one of the things that I promote is confidence. Confidence is being comfortable with who you are, feeling good about yourself, your abilities, your contribution, and whatever makes you feel confident, you have to walk in that. Now, today, I decided not to put any makeup on because one of the things, and I'm not saying anything about anybody who wears makeup, there's nothing wrong with it, but I wanted to do my video without makeup because I am confident. I'm confident that I like the way my face looks. It has a natural glow. I don't have any filters on my camera. I simply exfoliate my skin and I use rosehip oil, vitamin E. Just recently started with, what is it? Hemp oil and lavender. I don't know how that did because right now my skin is acting funky. It's breaking out, but that's all I do. And that's all I did today. I exfoliated it. I put some rosehip vitamin E and rosehip oil, and you can see that's all I did to my skin. I don't have any makeup on. I put lip gloss on. Lip gloss without lip liner. I don't have anything on my eyes. I don't have anything on my eyebrows because I want to show you that you can be confident and look nice, without the makeup, and you can learn to love your natural self. And, I think that I look nice. I don't have any makeup on. I like my face, actually. I don't like the makeup on. I do like lashes. But y'all seen in that last video what happened with that lash. It was all over the place. And so I'm okay with it. Did it take me a long time to get here? Somewhat, but not really. It's all in what you want. And so you have to build yourself up to that. Now, if you are a person who loves makeup because you just loves the way it makes you look, there's nothing wrong with that as long as you can go without it and still feel as confident. And you can use that as a rule. If you can't go out of the house without makeup, I'm not talking about looking crazy. So you can dress up and stuff. But if you can go out of the house without your usual makeup and feel good about yourself, then that's going to make you a confident woman. Because in this day and age, a lot of women love their makeup and it looks beautiful. I love it sometimes, but not all the time. I kind of want to get used to my own face, and sometimes that makeup drastically changes who you are. And I just don't like it personally, but it's nothing wrong with it. So, and that will lead us into our first point, that confidence affects our emotional health because we become secretly insecure. Okay. So what I mean by us feeling secretly insecure, nobody's going to know that. Nobody's going to know that you don't feel good about yourself. However, it'll come out in certain things. Maybe you want to make a career switch, but because you feel inadequate, you don't make that career switch. Confidence isn't always about beauty. It's about a lot of different things. And like I said, you have to define that for yourself, and make sure you get my free ebook from my website. The link is below, and that will make sure you just kind of get some tips and hint on confidence. So say that you are having a new career idea, you want to switch, but you don't feel adequate. Well, right there, that's going to cause you to kind of like, I don't know, feel like you don't want to do that switch because you don't feel like you're going to be successful. You don't feel like you're going to be able to thrive in that position. And so therefore you are secretly insecure, which goes back to your confidence. If you knew that you can get that job, that new career, and that you can perform and you could be one of the top performers, you're going to go for it automatically because you already know. Okay. But if you're unsure and you don't know and you hemming and hawing, and then maybe somebody in your family has said something, or maybe one of your coworkers has said something, then it's going to make you rethink that. Next, relationships. And this is a big one, secretly insecure. It's a big thing in relationships, because when you have relationship after relationship that's never worked, you begin to think it's you. It must be me. If every relationship that I get in is ruined, then it must be me. So you develop a mindset that, you're not worthy of good love. And so you accept whatever you can get because it's love to you, when really, it's insecurity that's allowing you to have that attachment to that person, because this person showed interest in me. Yeah, they don't treat me right, but I have somebody. I'm not by myself. Because if I leave this person and then I go by myself, what am I going to get? When am I going to get it? How long? And so that's another issue with confidence. Now, I will tell you that I liked being in a relationship, but I didn't necessarily need to be in one. However, I did attract a lot of the wrong kind of guys. I attracted guys that I could basically tower over because, they thought I was smart and they thought I knew all this stuff and, all of that. And so they loved it. And so they allowed me to call the shots. They allowed me to be the boss. Well, I got tired of that. And those guys that I was going for or allowing in my life that I was attracting were of a lower standard. And that's not good. Why can't you get somebody who, is educated, who has a good career, who actually knows how to love a woman? But because you're secretly insecure, you think that you secretly don't deserve that type of relationship because of all of the other failed relationships. We have to change this, okay? Because there's nothing wrong with you. Something happened to you, something happened to that person in that relationship, and things kind of fell apart. We can't be so quick to blame ourselves because of a relationship. And that's the first, and I've talked about this before. The first thing we want to do is we want to recreate ourselves. We want to figure out what we did wrong. And sometimes we want to go begging back to them saying, I've changed. I'll do better. I'll do that. And some women just say, forget it. And they have a couple, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boyfriends. And they just go on, just have a good time. Okay. Next, say you want to be an entrepreneur. Well, you're not confident in your surroundings. That maybe I would like to be an entrepreneur, but who's going to support me? My family doesn't support me. Is people really going to listen to Are people really going to listen to me? Who am I? I'm a nobody. Again, secretly insecure. And that's affecting your emotional health because all of these things are swimming around in your mind. So day in and day out, these are the things that you're thinking about. These are the things that you are putting into yourself, and you're convincing yourself that you don't deserve love, you don't deserve a new career, that you just don't deserve nothing. And one more point before I move on to the next is God. You may say, you want a relationship with God, but I have a girl who tells me God's not talking to her. I had a young man last night tell me God doesn't talk to me, and he got very irate about it. He was like, he's used some words, and he said he's not listening to me and it's making me mad. And that's not what he said, but if you have a history of praying and you don't see God manifesting himself in your life, then yes, you would. That'll make you insecure about starting a relationship with him. But God is not a person like that, like these people walking around here. If there's some prerequisites and, we make it harder than it really is. But, we have to also keep going. We don't just pray 1 or 2 times and then because he didn't answer, then we stop. That's not how things work. We have to want to have that relationship. And when we draw near to him, he's going to draw near to us. Okay. So many times people who lack this confidence, they won't show it on the outside. You'll never know it because it's all going on the inside. And so what you see is that final product of, hey, let me put myself together before I go around people. But one of the problems is you aren't being authentic. And that's the problem. You aren't being who you really are. You aren't being who you really want to be. And that's a problem. And I know that for most of us, we really would like to just be ourselves. We really would like the pressure to be taken off of us so that we can just be. And there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. Second, stuck in a poisonous revolving mindset. The same results each time with no motivation to change. This is how our confidence affects our emotional health because we are just down. We're down on ourselves. We're down on our lives. We're feeding ourselves constant poisonous thoughts, and they are causing us to deteriorate on the inside. Everything stays the same. Nothing changes because we aren't changing. We aren't allowing anything new to come in. All right. One of the things that I always say about loud people, and there's nothing wrong with being loud and having fun, but I know you guys have been places where some people, women in particular, are just super loud. And you're just wondering, like, why is she so loud? Well, a lot of it is they're insecure. They want to be loud because they want to be funny. They want that attention. But inside, they're really insecure about who they are. They want to hide some part of themselves. And so they feel as if they become loud and, just real flamboyant or extreme funniness. You have those comedians that just laugh at everything. They like that. And it gives them validation. It makes them feel good about who they are so that it will distract who they really are, if that makes sense. And so you have to be careful of allowing those things to take over your life because that's what they're doing. Your emotions are ruling you. Okay. They are dictating your life. They are dictating the change that you want to make. You can't make it because your emotions are the ones that's in control. Okay. Now let me tell you something. You guys can really change if you want to. If you really are tired of something, you can change. But you have to have that willpower. You have to push yourself. You may not have support. And that's one thing that you have to understand. You are not going to always have support in the things that you want to do, in changes that you want to make. And that's why you have to build yourself up. Self-esteem, confidence, a new mindset. You have to build yourself up so that when something needs to be implemented, it can be implemented. And you don't need the support. You don't need the validation. Now, ladies, it takes a long time to get here. Okay. And gentlemen, I'm sorry if you're listening. It takes a long time to get here, but practice makes perfect. It will change over time, not overnight, but you have to be willing to put that work in. Don't sell yourself short. You have so much talent. You have so much gifts. You have so many abilities, but you're hiding them because you don't feel confident, because you don't know how people are going to perceive you. You don't know what they are going to say. May I tell you something? They are going to say something anyway. I'm sure people watch my video and they probably saying something. They may want to know, why do I have a hat on with this outfit? Maybe they feel like this necklace is too fancy for this shirt, this sweater thingy. You know what I mean? Sweater vest. Am I going to sit there and I'm going to stop making videos? Am I going to take my hat off, or am I going to change my jewelry because somebody said something? No, I'm not. Why? Because my confidence says I have to be confident. I have to be happy with who I am. And if this is what I want to wear, then I wear it. I don't care what the comments say. Maybe they don't like it. That's fine. I have a whole lot of different outfits. I have a whole lot of different styles. You know what I mean? Send me a picture and let me see what you wear. And maybe you give me some good ideas. You know what I mean? And so, but some people really get upset about that. Some people, I've seen them, I don't know, everybody doesn't do this, but some people disable the comments on their videos because people are so mean. Like, people are entitled to their opinion. Some people are just miserable. They want to make you miserable. Some people just do it to be funny. Some people do it because maybe they may be racist, or you have all these views, you have all these followers, and they don't like it, so they want to get in the mix. People do things for different reasons, but you can't allow what people do, what people say, what people think affect your confidence in who you are, who you become, what you get. No, you cannot do it. And again, it takes time. Okay. And lastly, don't live in bondage, because that's what all of this is. When you don't take care of this stuff, you're living in bondage, and you're just allowing this stuff to eat you up alive, eat you alive, day after day, month after month, year after year, until you slowly deteriorate and you find yourself in a depression state of mind. Okay. Or is it depressive state of mind? Okay. And you don't want that, all because you lack some confidence based on what somebody said, based on maybe they said something to you when you were younger and you held on to it. My family told me what I couldn't do. They said it. They was like, oh yeah, she gonna just be wild. She gonna have a bunch of kids. She gonna do this, do that. They said that. So I remembered it. And guess what I did? I worked really, really hard. I got a really, really good education. And I basically did the exact opposite of what they thought I would. Okay. And I'm very happy about that. Was I trying to prove a point? I don't know that I was trying to prove a point to them, but it definitely did fuel me, because when you're talked about at 5 and 6 and 7 years old, it kind of does something to you. And so I said, oh, okay, I got y'all. And so I made sure that I lived my life and I lived it well. Have I made mistakes along the way? I have. I've made some mistakes, but nothing that anybody else haven't made. So what are we going to do about this confidence stuff? What are we going to do about this? Okay. Because I've given you just a little bit of information, and we're going to continue talking about it. Maybe not next video. I might give you guys a break, especially if I don't have like questions or comments. But so one of the things that we need to do is we have to start with a list. Okay. I'm big on lists. We have to make a list of everything that is messing with your self-confidence. Okay. Now, I have journals. I have a prayer journal too. It's on Amazon. It's not necessarily for that, but you can use it for that. I have prayer journals. I have notebooks. I have my iPad, which is the ultimate note taker. But that's where I keep my list. And so you're going to write down everything that is making you not feel confident about yourself. So let's do an example. Perhaps you have gained some weight and it's making you not want to wear certain things. It's making you very self-conscious, especially like around your partner, stuff like that. So if that's the case, you would write that down. And then you're going to write down one way that you think may help it. So the obvious, of course, depending on your size, is, lose some weight. Is that hard? Oh my gosh, I've tried to lose weight. Right now, I've lost a few pounds, but I have like some more to go. But it's just like, whatever. I'm doing the best I can. I love food. That's my happy place. So write down that list. Write one thing down, or one way you can help that. Well, what you can do is start small. Maybe no meals after, people say 6, but I would say like 4, no food after 4. You have to slowly start somewhere. Another is just maybe walking, maybe 10 to 15 minutes each day. Maybe you just can walk to the corner and back. All progress is good progress, no matter how small. I recently lost weight because I was eating soup. For about 3 weeks straight, I just ate soup, cabbage and potato soup, cream of broccoli soup, potato soup. I didn't like that one. Chicken and rice soup. I just ate soup, but I only ate it once a day. I lost some weight. I lost about a good 10 pounds. So that's what you're going to do. Another example is maybe you don't like the way you look and you just don't feel very pretty. It's important for a woman to feel pretty. Because that is linked to her confidence sometimes. And if you don't feel pretty, figure out how you can feel pretty. What makes you not feel pretty? Because you are a beautiful person. Beauty is not just surface. It's all kinds of things that make up beauty. So you can always fix yourself. That's what I call it, fix yourself. So maybe you just need a wardrobe change. Maybe you need some hair. I love hair. I have my own hair. My own hair is nice, but I like hair. Okay, it makes me feel pretty. So maybe you need to just go get you some nice wigs. Maybe you need some accessories. You can browse on the internet, and you can look at fashion, different styles, and maybe change it. Because if you're always walking around in, sweats or, spandex and long shirts, I mean, that gets old. That doesn't make you feel pretty, does it? So dress up a bit, and you could do it on a budget. Walmart has some really nice clothes right now. I'm not a shopper of Walmart, but I won't knock their clothes. The thrift store, hidden treasures. I don't know how to shop at the thrift store because it just never works out for me, but all of my friends do, and they look really, really nice. And so you can do things on a budget. And if you have to put makeup on, put some makeup on. There's lots of makeup tutorials. I don't know how to do makeup personally, so I will not be doing a tutorial on makeup. I will at some point do my skincare routine. That's about it, but I don't know nothing about no makeup. And so, maybe you want to put a little bit of makeup on to make yourself feel nice, but there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. So, one more example. Maybe your self-confidence is linked to a relationship. Maybe you're in a relationship where your partner constantly put you down. Write how you can change that, how you can prevent that in the future, because there's ways to deal with that. You definitely need to write down the list of what you are and are not going to accept out of a relationship. For me, no man better not tell me to shut up. And I know that is simple because I know some people be cussing each other out, but you can't tell me to shut up. I'm sorry. We're going to have an issue if you tell me to shut up, because I know what kind of woman I am. I know what I bring to the table. I know that I know how to love you. I know how to push you, and you will not speak to me any kind of way, because I'm not going to speak to you any kind of way. Okay? And so you have to come up with your standard. You coming up with the standard is going to make you feel confident. And we'll talk more about that in another video, because that stuff is so important. So define how you want, define what you want, define the things that are making you not feel confident, and you need to begin to work on them one by one. Maybe you will have a list of 10 different things. Pick the one that's going to be the easiest, because you want to build up that consistency. They say it takes 21 days in order to get a new habit established. And so just start small and then grow from there. Everything big starts small. So just start there, because you have to start somewhere, and be encouraged. Be encouraged, because you are beautiful. No matter what anybody says, you have qualities, you have gifts, you have attributes that no one else has. God has a plan for you that no one else can fulfill but you, because he's given you a certain set of gifts and abilities. I saw a lady, a girl, she's about 14 years old, and she literally drew pictures in the sand. She had a box of sand, and they had a camera up underneath. And this chick, I mean, drew a detailed, 14 years old, detailed picture in the sand with her finger. Now, you can't tell me that's not a gift. So we all come with something different. Don't minimize your gift. Don't minimize who you are. And let's build your confidence. Well, that does it for today. We are going to go ahead and wrap up. Now, all of these things that I said to you is what I do as a part of my emotional wellness coaching. I have an online community, iPop, and that's where a lot of the resources are. There are different courses, there are helps, there's a blog there, daily inspiration, prayer, all kinds of stuff inside of this community. And so I'll put that link below, and you can join that for free using the code that is listed. So I want to work with you. I want you to schedule a free Revive coaching call. And basically what's going to take place during that call is we're going to talk, and we're going to actually take one part of your life that's giving you trouble, and we are going to begin to dissect it and see what we can do about changing that. So I want to work with you. I'm so excited. This is what I do. I want to help women heal. I want to help women grow. I want to help women feel good about themselves. And the only way that I'm convinced that that can be done is if we have somebody who understands and who's willing to walk with us. And so that is me. So thank you so much for taking your time, taking the time out of your day to listen to my channel. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Share the video if you like it. If you want to hear content on certain things, just leave it in the comments below, and I will do my best to put a video together based on something that may be concerning or something that you need a little bit more light shed on. I am Arison with Revive Her Wellness. Thank you so much.